Hey guys, I am so sorry for the delay on this video, but it is up and I am ready to show you guys the next part of Amos and Evelyn's story. So let's get into it. If we can get to that star, we can change Evelyn back, but we have to hurry. Finnegan watched Amos with a puzzled look as he clambered about the house, gathering all the supplies they would need. Evelyn seemed to be clucking after him in an ever-increasing panic. Amos never traveled at night, always choosing to rest with his clients and set up a camp in a safe place. But if someone else got to the star first, who knows when Evelyn would get turned back? He certainly wasn't going to look for that wretched Lickety to help. "I know, Evelyn, I know," he said, trying to quiet her. "But we have to. I know the woods well enough, and we'll have to. We'll have Finn." The dog perked up at the sound of his name. If Evelyn wasn't a chicken at the moment, Amos could tell exactly what face she would be looking at him with. "Well, you're a chicken, so you don't get a say in it this time, my love." And with that, Amos once again picked up a startled Evelyn and placed her in a woven basket. He covered her with a check towel and fastened her in place with baker's string. After all, she was precious cargo. Evelyn eventually accepted her fate, traveling tied into a basket, but Amos had made her quite secure and comfortable. "Well, let's get going, Finn. We're off to get that star." Amos had loaded his pack with food and all of his ropes, tools, and guide gear he thought he would need, carefully carried Evelyn's basket on his arm, and ushered Finn out the door of their little cottage. "I hope this isn't for nothing." Amos set Evelyn aside as he readied the rowboat to sail. The flowing river glistened in the moonlight, and its calm water was only disturbed by Finnegan's eagerness to jump into it. "Finn, out, now!" Amos scolded him. "No wet dogs allowed on the boat." Finnegan came at his master's call and shook out his wiry spotted fur, tail wagging. Amos shook his head. "All right, hop in." He retrieved Evelyn, who still seemed mortified to be out at night, and placed her safely in the boat. They were soon on their way, the night sky full of twinkling stars above them, and Amos kept his eyes on the shooting star, occasionally checking his course on the river. Things were actually quite peaceful. The bugs and frogs called, and the gentle river allowed Amos to rest from rowing, only steering here and there some. Evelyn seemed to have fallen asleep, and he could guess why. All the happenings of that day and the stressful beginning of their night must have been tiring. His poor wife. He was supposed to have been turned into a chicken, not her. "Don't fall in, Finnegan," Amos warned of Finnegan, who was enthusiastically watching the boat glide through the water. Finn heeded the warning and sat, tail wagging still. Amos yawned and splashed some of the cold water on his face. He was beginning to get tired, too. His eyelids grew heavy despite the cold shock. The oars slipped gently from his hands. Amos was asleep. He awoke to rushing water and Finnegan's frantic barks. They had been carried down a fork of the river that Amos never took, vast and racing rapids. The water splashed up against the boat as Amos, panicked and shocked, tried to steer around the upcoming rocks. Evelyn awoke and was squawking in terror, and Finn did nothing to help the situation. "Everybody quiet!" Amos thundered. "I need to focus!" The boat inhabitants fell silent as Amos navigated the rapids, dodging jutting rocks and steering expertly through. They finally reached a stretch of calmer water. "Everyone all right?" Amos asked. Evelyn clucked from under the towel in her basket. She peeked out now that it was finally safe. Finnegan shook off the water that had splashed onto him and was no worse for wear. "Well, there goes our shortcut, though. We'll just have to see where this takes us," Amos said. Lysander was not used to or welcoming towards visitors, especially not in the middle of the night. When the troll was awoken by the approach of Amos and his party's boat, he was not happy, to say the least. "Where do you believe you're going?" he croaked. Amos was startled by the unexpected challenge. "Well, we're a bit lost, actually." "Well, turn around and go back. You can't cross my section of the river." Lysander put a warty foot on the bow of Amos's rowboat. "We have to get to the capital tonight. Please let us pass." "What will you do for me? It's true this river will get you to the city eventually. Or maybe not. But I say you turn right around and leave my property if you got." "Please don't be so cruel. I need to help my wife. She needs to get to the capital tonight." "I don't see your wife." Amos held up Evelyn in her basket. "A witch turned her into a chicken, and the only way to fix it is to get to the capital tonight." Lysander looked skeptical. "Why Commodicea? Why tonight?" "The shooting star? If we turn around, it'll be too late. Please let us pass." "A shooting star, You must swear to me to bring me some of the stardust and a slice of pie your wife bakes once she is transformed back." "I'll swear it. Please let us go then?" "Beware if you do not return to me. You will regret taking advantage of Lysander's rare kindness." He took his foot from the boat. As Amos began to float back on down the river, he called back, "What kind of pie do you like?" "Gooseberry," Lysander shouted back. He felt much better about letting them pass through his river, and returned to bed. Maybe he would work on his manners and be a little kinder to the next passers-by. Nobody had ever asked his favorite pie. Amos managed to stay awake for the rest of the journey down the river. His little rowboat was eventually spat out in the open ocean, where he could see they had been carried quite far from Commodicea. His only choice was to begin rowing towards the city's ports. So he began the tiring task while Finn and Evelyn slept once more. "I've got a lovely bit of company, I see," he mused. "No one who will stay awake with me while I do all the work." "Hello! Can I be of company to you?" Amos looked around. Nothing but dark water. The shore was quite a few furlongs away now. "Hello? Hello! Where are you heading? I can accompany you if you'd like." "Well, where are you?" Amos asked, looking up now, but there was only empty sky. "Oh, excuse me just a moment." A great spigot of water erupted with a bellowing breath. A great horned whale arose from the water. "Hello! I am Atlas." Amos was shocked by the size of the creature and the fact that Evelyn and Finn remained asleep. He gave a nod of his head. "Hello, I am Amos, a woods guide." "Amos, the woods guide. Hello. Where are you heading, woods guide?" "I'm taking my wife to Commodicea. She has been transformed by a witch, and I must change her back with the heart of a star." "Of course, the star! Oh, of course! I have seen the star. I can take you." "Truly?" Amos asked. "Of course," the whale replied. "Here, I will push your boat." "Oh, thank you, Atlas. I really appreciate it. How lucky it is I've met you tonight." "You're quite welcome, Amos the woods guide. I'm sorry to hear of your wife." "It is no trouble. Oh, the star! I have loved to see the falling stars." Amos couldn't get much of a word in edgewise as the whale began to push his boat along towards the city. He rarely stopped speaking. The star had been the biggest event in the ocean that night. Apparently, all the creatures were watching its progress toward the earth. Shooting stars were cause for great celebration in the ocean, as it meant, according to legend, the return of the sea stars. Bountiful sea stars were a delicacy to the ocean creatures who enjoyed them. "Oh, a good sea star is like nothing else in the world,"
world, Amos. You must return for the bounty at some time soon. I would be delighted to share. Well, thank you very much. Oh, they will arrive any day. I can hardly wait. After detailing the various ways to prepare a sea star and the various merits of each preparation, Atlas had finally made it to port. Well, this is your stop. Thank you so much, Atlas. I hope you enjoy your sea stars. I will, and good luck to you, Amos the Woods Guide.
Thank you guys so much for being patient and for watching this. I had a lot of stuff come up in this past week. School's really picking up now, but I am keeping up with my Inktober and catching up with my Inktober, and I hope to see you again next time. I'm going to hope that it gets out around the 25th day. It's gonna come kind of right after this one, as soon as I get those pieces ready and the story finished. So thanks so much. I will try to get that as soon as possible, and have a happy Inktober. If you would like to see more of my videos and more from me, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I hope to see you next time. Bye guys.